In the heart of a lush, emerald forest, where sunlight dappled through the canopy of ancient trees, lived a small village named Everwood. Its people, gentle and kind, lived in harmony with nature, their lives marked by simple joys and bountiful harvests. Each year, as the leaves began to blush with autumn's fiery hues, the villagers would gather to celebrate the harvest, a festival of gratitude and plenty known as the Great Feast. This year, however, a peculiar mist had descended upon the forest, shrouding the villagers in a strange melancholy. The once vibrant colors of the leaves seemed muted, and the air was filled with an eerie silence. A young girl named Ava, known for her bright spirit and boundless curiosity, was troubled by the change. She ventured into the woods, her heart heavy with worry. As she wandered deeper, she stumbled upon a hidden glade, where she encountered a wise old oak tree. The tree, with its gnarled branches and ancient wisdom, spoke to Ava in a gentle voice. "The spirits of the forest are saddened," the oak revealed. "A blight has fallen upon the land, and the harvest is threatened. Only a gift of pure gratitude, a heartfelt offering from the villagers, can restore the balance." Ava, having uncovered the oak tree's message, felt an undeniable sense of responsibility to share it with the villagers. She knew the wisdom imparted by the ancient tree could change the fate of their struggling community. With determination in her heart, she made her way back to the village, hoping that the villagers would listen to her. Her journey was long and filled with uncertainty, but the thought of bringing hope to the people she loved kept her going. When she arrived, she gathered the villagers, ready to share the incredible discovery she had made. At first, the villagers were skeptical. They had been through many hardships, and the idea of magical oak tree offering solutions seemed too fantastical to believe. They exchanged doubtful glances, whispering amongst themselves about the strange nature of Ava's claims. But despite their initial disbelief, they could see the sincerity in Ava's eyes and hear the conviction in her voice. She spoke with such passion and hope that they couldn't help but be moved. And slowly, their skepticism began to fade. After a moment of hesitation, the villagers decided to trust Ava. They agreed to follow the oak tree's advice, hoping it would bring some much-needed change to their lives. With a sense of unity, they gathered in the village square, the place where they had always come together to celebrate and share. As they stood in the center, they felt a deep connection to each other, their hearts swelling with gratitude for the recent bountiful harvest. It was a blessing they had not expected, and it filled them with a renewed sense of purpose. As the villagers shared stories of their newfound blessings, something extraordinary began to happen. The air grew lighter, and a gentle breeze began to stir, whispering through the trees around the village. The once dominant mist that had enveloped the forest for so long began to lift, dissipating like a bad dream. With each passing moment, the mist faded further, revealing the stunning landscape beyond. The vibrant colors of autumn emerged, painting the trees in rich hues of red, orange, and gold. The forest seemed to awaken in response to the villagers' actions. The air was filled with the sweet, earthy scent of pine needles, mingling with the crisp freshness of the autumn breeze. The trees, once silent and still, now swayed gently, their leaves rustling in harmony. Birds, long absent, returned to the branches, filling the air with their joyful songs. The sounds of the forest were no longer distant or muffled. They were alive, vibrant, and full of energy. In that moment, The villagers knew that something truly magical had occurred. The transformation was not just in the forest, but in their hearts as well. They had learned the power of gratitude and the importance of community, and the forest had responded in kind. The once shadowed land was now filled with vitality, a reflection of the newfound harmony between the villagers and the world around them. As they stood together, they marveled at the beauty that had unfolded before them, knowing that the return of balance to the forest marked the beginning of a new chapter in their lives. The villagers, their spirits lifted by a deep sense of gratitude, eagerly set to work preparing for the great feast. From the bustling farms they selected the plumpest turkeys, their feathers glistening in the sunlight. Each one was carefully roasted until its skin turned a rich golden brown, the aroma wafting through the village square, carrying promises of a bountiful celebration. Fields that once seemed ordinary now felt magical as the villagers wandered among rows of pumpkins. They chose the roundest and brightest gourds, their vibrant orange hues a cheerful reminder of the harvest season. By evening, these pumpkins were transformed into glowing jack-o'-lanterns, their warm flicker casting playful shadows on the cobblestone streets and adding an air of festivity to the crisp night. In kitchens filled with bustling energy, hands worked tirelessly to craft an array of pies, each one a masterpiece. Sweet apples were peeled and spiced, pumpkins were mashed and sweetened, and buttery crusts were rolled out with care. As the pies baked, the mingling scents of cinnamon, nutmeg, and sugar filled every corner of the village, tempting children to sneak a peek at the cooling confections. As the sun dipped below the horizon, the villagers gathered around hearths in their homes. Stories flowed easily, tales of past feasts and adventures sparking laughter and nods of remembrance. The crackling firelight reflected the joy in their eyes, illuminating a deep sense of connection that was as warming as the flames themselves. When all the preparations were complete, the villagers paused to admire the scene. Jack-o'-lanterns lined the pathways, their glow inviting all to the communal table. The air was alive with the mingling scents of roasted turkey and freshly baked pies, and the table overflowed with the fruits of their labor. This was not just a feast. It was a celebration of their unity, their gratitude, and the abundance that life had gifted them. As the day of the great feast approached, excitement filled the air. Children decorated the village with colorful leaves and handcrafted ornaments, while adults prepared the final touches for the feast. The aroma of roasting turkey and baking pies wafted through the streets, tantalizing the villagers' senses. On the day of the feast, the villagers gathered around a long table laden with roasted turkey, mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and pumpkin pie. As they shared the meal, they sang songs of gratitude and danced beneath the starlit sky. The once melancholy forest was now alive with joy and celebration. In the heart of the festivities, Ava stood at the center, a beacon of joy and inspiration. The villagers gathered around her, their faces glowing with admiration and gratitude. Her kind and courageous actions had sparked a change that rippled through their community, and now she was to be honored in a way befitting her impact. The title of Guardian of Gratitude, a cherished role steeped in tradition, was hers to bear. A simple yet elegant crown of woven golden leaves and tiny flowers was placed gently on Ava's head. It symbolized her connection to the land, the community, and the spirit of thankfulness she had so selflessly shared. As the villagers cheered, Ava's face lit up with a mix of pride and humility. The honor wasn't just hers. It was a testament to the power of small actions and the collective spirit of her village. The celebration unfolded with a joyous energy that filled the village square. Musicians played lively tunes, their instruments echoing Ava's impact on the forest and the people she had inspired. Children twirled and clapped to the rhythm, their laughter weaving seamlessly into the melody. Dancers formed circles, their movements graceful and synchronized, a physical expression of the gratitude that united them all. Psalms were sung in Ava's honor, their lyrics recounting her journey and the harmony she had restored. Each verse carried a lesson of kindness and the importance of appreciating the world around them. The villagers sang together, their voices blending in a harmonious tribute to the girl who had reminded them of the beauty and gratitude and the strength in community. As the night wore on, Ava stood by the fire, surrounded by her friends and neighbors. Though the title of Guardian of Gratitude was hers, she insisted that the honor belonged to everyone who had come together to make the great feast possible. Her words, spoken with sincerity and wisdom beyond her years, reminded the villagers once again why they celebrated not just Ava, but the enduring spirit of unity and thankfulness. From that day forward, the people of Everwood made the great feast a cherished tradition, celebrating it with heartfelt gratitude each year. It became more than just a feast. It was a time to honor the harvest, the land, and the bonds that united the community. The villagers gathered not just to share food, but also to reflect on the abundance in their lives, ensuring that the spirit of the harvest would forever bless their home. Ava, now known as the Guardian of Gratitude, continued to inspire those around her. She reminded the villagers to find joy in the small moments and to nurture the relationships that gave their lives meaning. Whether through her gentle words or quiet deeds, Ava embodied the spirit of thankfulness, guiding the community toward a life rich with appreciation and harmony. The forest, once in turmoil, flourished in the years that followed. Its trees grew tall and strong, their leaves shimmering in the sunlight like emeralds. The streams ran clear, teeming with life, and the animals thrived in the renewed balance. The villagers, mindful of Ava's teachings, cared for the forest as they would a dear friend, ensuring its peace and prosperity for generations to come. Each year, the great feast brought new traditions to the people of Everwood. Children would reenact the tale of Ava and the forest, their laughter echoing in the village square as they played. Songs of gratitude filled the air, and the villagers would share stories of how thankfulness had enriched their lives. These moments deepened the bonds within the community, weaving their lives together like threads in a tapestry. Through the seasons, the spirit of the great feast extended beyond the celebration itself. The lessons of gratitude and harmony became a way of life in Everwood. Whether tending to their crops, helping a neighbor, or simply pausing to admire the beauty of the forest, the villagers carried the essence of Ava's wisdom in their hearts. It was a legacy that ensured Everwood would remain a place of peace, abundance, and gratitude for all time. Years later, the great feast had become a beloved tradition in Everwood. Each year, the villagers gathered to celebrate the harvest, their hearts filled with gratitude. As the years passed, the village grew and new generations were born. Yet, the spirit of the great feast remained unchanged. One crisp autumn morning, a young boy named Thomas, full of curiosity and wonder, wandered to the old oak tree at the edge of the forest. This towering sentinel, with its gnarled branches and roots deeply entwined with the earth, had long been a symbol of wisdom for the villagers. Drawn by a yearning to understand the origins of the great feast, Thomas placed his hand gently on the tree's bark and asked it to share its secrets. The old oak, wise and timeless, began to speak in a deep, resonant voice that seemed to echo through the forest. It recounted the tale of Ava, the brave girl who had once saved the land from a devastating blight. The tree spoke of a time when the forest had withered and the villagers had grown distant from nature's gifts. Ava's courage and gratitude had restored harmony, not only to the forest, but also to the hearts of the people. Thomas listened intently, his eyes wide with wonder. He could almost see Ava standing beneath the canopy of leaves, her spirit bright and determined. The oak described how Ava had become the guardian of gratitude, inspiring the villagers to live with thankfulness and to honor the balance between humanity and nature. The story kindled a spark in Thomas, awakening a desire to ensure that her legacy endured. Inspired by the tale, Thomas resolved to play his part in preserving the spirit of the great feast. He began sharing the story of Ava with his friends, captivating them with the oak's vivid account. Together, they added new traditions to the festival, crafting decorations inspired by the forest and writing songs that celebrated gratitude and unity. Through their efforts, the festival became a living tapestry of old and new, bound together by the values Ava had instilled. Over time, Thomas grew into a young leader within the village, much like Ava had been in her day. He often visited the old oak, seeking guidance and wisdom, ensuring that the story of Ava and the lessons of gratitude were never forgotten. Under his care, the great feast thrived, reminding every generation of the harmony between the people of Everwood and the land they cherished. As Thomas grew older, he became a leader in the village, organizing the great feast each year. He encouraged the villagers to share their stories of gratitude, to express their appreciation for the blessings in their lives. He also introduced new traditions, such as a harvest parade and a community potluck. One fateful year, dark clouds gathered over Everwood, and a fierce storm swept through the forest. The wind howled like a restless spirit, tearing branches from trees and flattening crops in the fields. Rain lashed against the village, flooding homes and washing away weeks of hard work. As the storm finally subsided, the villagers emerged to see their beloved home battered and broken, their hearts heavy with despair. But amid the destruction, the villagers remembered the lessons of gratitude passed down through the generations. Inspired by the stories of resilience and unity that defined their history, they resolved to face the challenges together. Families joined hands, working tirelessly to clear debris, repair homes, and salvage what they could. Each act of kindness, no matter how small, brought hope to those who had lost the most. The fields, though battered, held the promise of renewal. The villagers came together to plant new seeds, their faith in the land unshaken. They toiled side by side, turning the soil with care and planting with hope. As the sun began to shine again, green shoots emerged from the earth, a testament to their determination and the enduring bond between the people and the land. To honor their efforts and celebrate their collective strength, the villagers organized a special great feast that year. It wasn't as bountiful as in years past, but it was rich in meaning. They decorated the village square with simple yet heartfelt adornments, and everyone brought what they could. The feast became a celebration of resilience, a time to share stories of how they had weathered the storm together, and to give thanks for the strength they found in one another. As they gathered around the communal table, the villagers were reminded of the deeper meaning of the great feast. It wasn't just about the harvest. It was about community, gratitude, and the ability to rise from hardships stronger than before. That year's feast became a cherished memory, a symbol of hope that inspired Everwood to continue thriving in the face of any challenge. The Great Feast continued to evolve over the centuries, adapting to the changing times. Yet, its core message remained the same. Gratitude is the key to happiness and prosperity. The people of Everwood, guided by the spirit of the harvest, lived in harmony with nature and with each other, their hearts filled with thankfulness. In the heart of a bustling city, surrounded by towering skyscrapers and endless noise, Lily felt a profound emptiness growing within her. The hurried pace of urban life left little room for reflection or connection. Crowded streets, blaring horns, and the relentless demands of her job consumed her days. Each evening, she returned to her tiny apartment feeling as though something vital was missing, her joy and gratitude slipping further away. One rainy afternoon, as she gazed out at the gray skyline, memories of her childhood in a small village filled her mind. She recalled the warmth of the hearth, the golden glow of lanterns during harvest festivals, and the laughter shared with neighbors under starry skies. She longed for the simplicity of those moments, a time when life was slower, and the connection to nature felt tangible and real. Determined to rediscover what she had lost, Lily began to seek out small ways to reconnect with the world around her. She visited the city's parks, finding solace in the whisper of leaves and the chirping of birds. She started growing herbs on her windowsill, marveling at the way tiny green shoots brought life to her otherwise sterile surroundings. Slowly, these small acts began to rekindle a spark of gratitude in her heart. As the seasons changed, Lily decided to organize a small gathering with her friends and neighbors, inspired by the harvest celebrations of her childhood. They came together in a local community garden, sharing homemade dishes and stories. Surrounded by laughter and the soft glow of lanterns, Lily felt a sense of joy and connection she hadn't experienced in years. It was a reminder that even in the heart of the city, the spirit of gratitude and community could thrive. Over time, Lily became a source of inspiration for those around her. Her efforts to bring people together and celebrate life's simple pleasures resonated deeply in the busy city. Like a ripple in a pond, her small acts of kindness and gratitude spread, reminding others to pause, appreciate, and connect. Though far removed from the forests of Everwood, Lily had found her own way to honor the values that once brought her peace, creating a haven of gratitude in the midst of chaos. One day, Lily stumbled upon an old book in a second-hand bookstore. The book told the story of the Great Feast and the people of Everwood. As she read, she felt a sense of peace and wonder. She realized that the spirit of gratitude, the essence of the Great Feast, could still be found in the modern world. Inspired by the story, Lily decided to organize a community Thanksgiving dinner. She invited her neighbors, friends, and family to gather and share a meal, to express their gratitude for the blessings in their lives. The response was overwhelming. People from all walks of life came together, sharing stories, laughter, and delicious food. The success of the community Thanksgiving dinner encouraged Lily to organize similar events throughout the year. She created a community garden where people could grow their own food and connect with nature. She also started a volunteer program where people could give back to their community and experience the joy of helping others. Lily's efforts to spread the spirit of gratitude inspired others to follow in her footsteps. Communities across the city began to organize their own Thanksgiving dinners, community gardens, and volunteer programs. The city, once a place of isolation and indifference, was transformed into a vibrant community, united by the power of gratitude. As the years passed, the tradition of the Great Feast, inspired by the story of Everwood, continued to grow and evolve. It became a symbol of hope, unity, and the enduring power of gratitude. And Lily, the modern-day guardian of gratitude, continued to inspire others to live with thankfulness, one heart at a time. The spirit of gratitude, kindled in the heart of Everwood, spread far and wide. People from all corners of the globe began to embrace the idea of giving thanks, of appreciating the simple joys of life. They organized community gatherings, volunteer initiatives, and acts of kindness, all inspired by the timeless wisdom of the Great Feast. In a world often marked by division and conflict, the message of gratitude offered a beacon of hope. It reminded people of their interconnectedness, their shared humanity, and their capacity for compassion. As individuals and communities embraced gratitude, they discovered a deeper sense of meaning and purpose in their lives. The Great Feast, once a small village tradition, had become a global movement, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, the light of gratitude can shine brightly. It was a testament to the enduring power of human kindness and the transformative impact of a simple act of thankfulness. The legacy of the Great Feast continues to inspire generations, reminding us that gratitude is not just a fleeting emotion, but a powerful force that can shape our lives and the world around us. It teaches us to appreciate the small things, to find joy in the ordinary, and to connect with others on a deeper level. As we gather with our loved ones to celebrate Thanksgiving, let us remember the spirit of the Great Feast. Let us give thanks for the abundance in our lives, for the beauty of nature, and for the kindness of others. Let us carry the spirit of gratitude with us throughout the year, sharing it with those around us. By embracing gratitude, we can create a world filled with love, compassion, and understanding. We can heal divisions, build bridges, and inspire hope. Let us honor the legacy of the Great Feast by living a life of gratitude every day, in every way. And as we look to the future, let us remember the words of the wise old oak tree: only a gift of pure gratitude, a heartfelt offering from the villagers, can restore the balance. Let us strive to be guardians of gratitude, to nurture the spirit of thankfulness in ourselves and in others. For in doing so, we can create a world where the light of gratitude shines brightly, illuminating the path to a more peaceful, harmonious, and joyful future.